It's time to crown a national champion in the men's division here at the 2026 Division III College Championships in Waukegan, Illinois. After 2 days of intense competition, we're down to 2 undefeated teams ready to go at it for the top prize. We got the #1 seed Middlebury Pranksters taking on the #2 seed Carleton Chop in what promises to be an exciting matchup. Teams getting lined up, ready to go. They both came in with a lot of energy, and they're certainly going to need it as we take a look at the bracket. Middlebury, Carleton have not taken a loss. You see their semifinal results. Middlebury winning 15-12, and Carleton taking down Oklahoma Christian as well. Theo on here with Charlie Hoppus. What do you think is going to be the key to this matchup?
You know, Theo, the two teams that have been excellent all season long, all tournament long, and it's just a matter of how they navigate each other, but how they navigate the weather. The wind has been a factor all weekend. It is about to become the factor in terms of wind, weather, and trying to complete passes. So the team that executes in this weather is going to be the one that comes out on top.
Taking a look at the Middlebury side here, their star players, number 25, Louis Duville Bodwin, double-double to his name. Going to reference him as LDB throughout the broadcast, and he's going to be a key cog to this Middlebury offense. He can do it in the deep space. He can hurt you with the throws as well. One of the heartbeats of this team. And if Middlebury is to be successful here today, it's going to be on the back of number 25.
This team is extremely deep and star-laden, and so to have a star that rises out amongst all the rest is a rare thing. But you see why. You see the amazing Sky that took Middlebury to the final game there. He'll make plays like that.
And on the other side, Carleton Chop has a star handler of their own. Julian Kagi had a great semifinal in their win over Oklahoma Christian. Already up to 12 assists, and is going to be the straw that stirs the drink for Carleton. Really asked to do a lot, especially in those small spaces, and he's going to be a handler that's going to be relied upon throughout. And if you take away some of those underneath throws, he can also launch it deep.
And again, with the wind, with the conditions, people that are strong throwers, they matter all the more. Already a critical part of the D3 game. Really important to be able to have people that are unafraid to take shots as the weather gets rough.
He actually scored the winning goal yesterday, throwing the disc into the crowd in celebration as they book their trip to the final.
We can see there the flag already starting to move, 13 miles an hour, manageable for now. We expect there to be rain later on, more wind. Every flag is moving, even the Pranksters one. Hopefully the lightning stays away and we get to get through this game all in one piece.
The Middlebury vibes are always high. They have a strong alumni network. Same thing with Carleton College Chop. So certainly the fans out in full force to cheer on their two teams. As we take a look at what they're playing for, of course, it's for the national championship. Both of these programs, 2 titles apiece. So folks, strap in because you will watch history here today. The winner will become the first D3 men's program to win 3 titles. Middlebury last in the final last year, whereas Chop, they haven't been here since 2012, so it's been a long time for this program. They're happy to be here, but no, they got a good matchup on their hands.
Carleton, of course, a storied program at a storied college. Middlebury trying to get over the hump. They were in the finals in 2021, 2023, and then last year after winning a title in 2019, one of these teams is going to come away with a huge prize they've been looking for a long, long time.
Introductions taking place will allow us to also introduce our observers. Patty Driscoll, Zeta Strickland, Linda Kudo, and Joey Tillman will be the team in orange, helping move things along here. The two teams had their observer meeting before the game, captain's meeting, discussing things as we get ready for the beginning of this action here in the final. Tension is palpable out here.
Despite how energetic these teams can be, and as the first poll goes up, you'll see it. Both teams will be jumping, singing, waving arms. Right now, almost a little bit of quiet as these teams come out of their opening huddles. Focus setting in on both sides.
You talk about focus. Look at one of their leaders, Peter Mans. He's talking fervently with the squad, pumping them up right now.
There's so much emotion tied into this, especially for a college championship. You only get to go to college for a finite period of time, which means that your time with these players is going to be limited. So to be able to reach a moment like this with people that you have played with all year and perhaps for 4 or 5 seasons, it's irreplaceable. And so to have all of that distilled down to 2 hours on a Monday afternoon, it's a lot. There's going to be feelings, Theo.
And you brought up a great point about the college game. Coaches, when you recruit, you're only going to have them for a certain period. Like you said, we see one of their star players, rookies, Thomas Frizzell in the purple hair. You have a certain time to develop them, and then they're off and running, playing somewhere else afterwards.
That's right, and not every player develops the same. We get to see Carleton Chop, breakout star Max Resnick, a sophomore, sort of pressed into duty on the O-line. He told us yesterday he never expected to play anything but a D-line cutter role for functionally his entire career.
Things change.
They've changed, and they've changed significantly for the better for Max Resner and Resnick and Chop. An unbelievable tournament for the first-year O-line starter.
For Carleton Chop, they did face a lot of adversity, had to go to University against Whitman, winning 15-14. Middlebury, as you get a look at their huddle, their closest game was their semifinal against Elon, 15-12. Believe, in my opinion, Middlebury in control throughout.
Absolutely, and we saw Elon a couple times on the stream already this weekend. They were absolutely excellent. But Middlebury in control throughout that semifinal.
But they're going to get a different test here. And they're going to get punched in the mouth, and we're going to see how they respond, because Chop got their test on the first day, first game. What will Middlebury do when they get hit in the mouth here today?
And the response to adversity is such a big part of it, and it's going to be not only coming from your opponents, but as the conditions worsen, it's going to be a big thing all the way across in every step they take, every throw they make.
We see Peter Mans and Louis DeVille Bodwin, both O-line players, crossing over for this first D point. Same thing with Oscar DeSwan Aarons, number 14 on the mark. LDB has the Kagi matchup and gets the block right away. But there is a foul call by Kagi. Intensity picking up right away here, Charlie.
Absolutely locked down defense. From LDB.
You had to come through me to get to the ball. So I really don't think it was a foul.
Kagi takes exception to the contact.
Please.
I think what I saw was that by the time that contact happened, Lewis already had it in his hand. So if he had blocked it and you thought you had a second chance at it, perhaps that would be valid.
Okay.
He had caught it.
So, yeah, can we clarify, are you calling receiving foul or just foul after the play?
Receiving foul.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like you can contest.
I'd like to go to observer.
Okay, one moment. Okay.
It's interesting. The tight defense, the throw's a little bit short. And I think that's the correct call. The defender took the inside lane. Kagi had to come back to it. Kagi initiated the contact, if anybody did. And Kagi, a pat on the back for his opponent.
Garrett Hartle, also an offensive player on the field, going to quarterback it as LDB hits Oscar DeSwan Aarons, and Middlebury gets the first point. It's a break.
Absolutely stifling defense downfield, and then again in the reset space for the Pranksters. Nowhere to go with the disc. Barely survived after the centering pass to get off a dish. And then nothing going downfield. Had to try to throw a reset. And then just easy movement off the initiation, the horizontal movement on the break attempt leads to an uncontested goal. Great start from Middlebury to get the short field and punch in a break.
A lot of those same players are going to be on the field, like Oscar DeSwan Aarons, who just caught the disc, and having their coach Hannah Baranis full season now here, Charlie, adds a lot of dynamism because they're going to do different defensive looks. She was there for the series last year when they made that finals appearance, but now full season under the helm.
And they're a team that runs a lot of complex systems. They have multiple offenses. They have multiple defenses. One of the things that you'll see in this game more than any other all weekend, even in a weekend full of crossing over the stars, you're going to see that all the way today, only one game. D3 teams aren't used to playing only one game. These guys are used to playing point after point after point.
Sometimes 4 games a day.
Right. And so to play just one last one, I think a lot of the stars are going to get very little rest. Leave it all out here to give their team a best chance of bringing home a title.
I don't see why not. Only one game, like you said, and everything on the line. Third title for both programs at stake. We see Ben Garcia, defensive player, now out on the field on O for chop. Finds Andrew Ye. Ye had a great semifinal, multiple goals in the win over Oklahoma Christian on this showcase field. Mans comes up empty. Patty Driscoll, the observer, ruling him inbounds, but Garcia slow to get up.
Mans going through the back as he pursued on defense. Carleton struggling to initiate. Let's see how they do off the stoppage.
Resnick trying to get free of Melamed, one of their top handler defenders. Gonna force this cross-field throw. And Andrew Ye is there. Probably not how they drew it up, but they get the goal.
Carleton struggled to initiate off of their first pool play, struggled to initiate the second time receiving the disc, and then right again there after the stoppage, struggled to initiate again. Once they're in flow, they seem fine, but right now the pressure of Middlebury is making their cuts very tentative. Cutting scared, cutting at 75% is not going to get it done, but an excellent bailout. Throwing something upside down and in the air, there's a risk of it popping up and causing a crowd. Throwing it flat, who knows, anybody might run by and smack it down, but if it gets over there, it's just a one-on-one matchup. Great throw. If you're going to get stuck, that's a way to get unstuck. We saw Yan score a number of goals in the semis. Good understanding of space.
Yay, up to 9 goals now, one short of double digits. Been a key cutter for this O-line, one of the captains of the team as well. Look here now at the Middlebury O-line. You saw some of those players already play defense, so this is the 3rd point in a row for players like LDB, Mans, and DeSwan Aarons. Disc will be centered to Hartle, veteran of this team. Gonna get over to Mans. Mans has LDB working against Tomo Perry. We were curious to see who would draw that LDB matchup. It's gonna be number 3, Tomo Perry right now.
Tomo Perry did an excellent job in the semifinals against Oklahoma Christian and their star Sammy Roberts.
Inside throw, and it just floats right into the hands of Jasper Percy Khan. Defender blew a tire for chop.
As we're talking about it, Tomo Perry gets a mitt in the inside shot. I mean, this is just so unfortunate. You can't get more of a disc without catching it. And it just pops right up in the air, sits on the wind, and the defender who is in position to make the play just falls down. It just slips as the disc changes direction. That's McGlashan, and certainly not his fault. He's expecting the disc to go a certain direction, and the deflection sends it another way. Tomo, such an excellent defender throughout this tournament, especially late in the bracket when we've been able to watch him most closely.
JPK, the Denver, Colorado product, getting himself on the board. That was the second assist for LDB. As Liam Reynolds pulling for Middlebury. Standard defensive group right now, the likes of Aiden DiLorenzo, Gavin Rice on the field. Same thing with John Savage. And of course, their big-time handler defender, Nadav Melamed, number 0.
What an outstanding pull. Pulls this direction, throwing that big blade and forcing teams to have to field a roller, tap it in on the line. Missing that centering pass is critical. In danger zone now.
Yeah, he gets it on the break side, marked by Rice. They're trying to work that break side to the open side give and go, but they've been stymied a couple times. The Wind picking this one up. It's another short field turnover for Chop. Savage finding Reynolds. Reynolds has Melamed crossing the field. He gets hit by Kagi, gonna call a foul. Don't believe it's gonna be contested. They're gonna play right away.
Good no contest from Kagi.
It's gonna lead to the break. Reynolds catching that one from Melamed. 3-1 is the score.
You can see the hesitancy as to why Carleton was concerned about throwing that centering pass. Tight defense, hard to throw somebody to space going downwind. Looked off the first one. And it's gonna be so important for Carleton to pick their chests up, be confident in this moment. A lot of game, but again, that pass so hard, and then great help defense from Kagi. Unfortunately gets a piece, calls the foul, easy break opportunity.
2 breaks already for Middlebury as they're up 3-1.
DC Shadow are your 2025 Premier Ultimate League champions.
First half action here in the Division III Men's Final 2026 edition here in Waukegan, Illinois. Middlebury just coming out with such momentum. 2 breaks and a clean hold to begin, and that's why they're up 3-1 right now over Carleton. Chop, the team in purple, searching for some answers right now.
Right now they're trying to break upwind. They got the upwind break early by forcing a short field turn. Were unable to complete the double break going downwind, but then punched in a hold. And then Chop was unable to do the same. Really important that there's not a short field turn for Carleton here.
Jonah Tannen's throw is too high. And every offensive point right now for Carleton has resulted in at least 1 turnover.
The windows are small and the Chop throwers are excellent at throwing to space, but that's harder and harder to do with the wind. Again, not enormously windy yet, but enough of a factor that it's hard to throw people to space. And if the windows are small and you have to hit a small window, sometimes you overshoot.
Going to the ground was Rice to keep possession. Gavin Rice now, one southpaw to another in the hands of Mans. Mans crossing over for this defensive point. This throw is going to pop. Savage is there with 2 hands. Great defense there from Garcia, making things difficult for Mans. Inside throw, finding DiLorenzo, Aiden DiLorenzo now as they're into the red zone. Mans gets a safe reset. Mans really working this Garcia matchup right now. DiLorenzo now, front of the stack. It's been a lot of resets between Rice and Mans.
Right now, the defender is sort of sagging in the lane. The resets are free, and so they can stare downfield in isolation for a little bit and know late in the count they can still hit somebody.
Tommy Chen. Resets it to Mans. Good bit of attempt from Garcia. Comes up empty, and it's Melamed getting on the board with the goal.
We had said how navigating the weather was going to be a major factor in this game. Right now, Middlebury just doing it better. They're putting pressure on Carleton to try to throw people open by challenging every single under and every single reset. On the flip side, Carleton is allowing underneath cuts. You see again, a small window tries to throw open and just pops up. And on the other side, it's free in cut after free in cut for the Middlebury break attempt.
Break attempt successful. They've had 3 break chances. They've been successful each time, and I'll be honest, Carleton looks a little shell-shocked right now.
It's not a style that they've had to play, certainly this tournament. And now they have to try to hold upwind. Almost certainly we will see another excellent pull, blading pull that they're going to have to let drop and roll, which means it's going to be hard for them to initiate. They've struggled with that every possession so far. Their backs are up against it. And it needs to be solved with aggression. It needs to be solved with more aggressive cutting. It needs to be solved with more aggressive throwing.
Thomas Frizzell, the rookie, centering it to Ben Garcia. Garcia in his second year with the team, moving things over to Miles Collins. So this is a defensive line out here for Chop. They're trying to chip into this lead right now, this deficit being 4-1.
You see a zone here with 3 up front. And then now a wall behind that that's 2 or 3 people on a deep.
Danny Shope getting it around to Garcia. Can they move it to this close side of the field? They do to Collins. Shope putting this one out. Kola close is there. Tomo Perry trying to get there, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Well, that's not quite what I meant by being aggressive with your throws. With the zone, I don't like that zone look. It is free passes to the middle on a team that's struggling to complete any pass of any kind, but gets a little bit antsy, puts a throw that gets pushed and pushed and pushed.
So right now, if you're Middlebury, this is a secondary D-line for you on the field. If you can get a break here to go up 5-1 with that group, resting a lot of players like LDB and Mans who've had crossover, even some of their star defensive players like Liam Reynolds and Adab Melamed, this would be a huge coup for them.
Absolutely, and Carleton, some of their strongest players on the field.
Jack DeCola with the disc. Inside backhand, Garcia was almost there. And then a short arm throw. Gonna give Carleton a chance. Collins, big layout with the left hand to keep things alive. Cola close. The foul is gonna be called by Nick McLaughlin. Small space, McLaughlin not there. Close, looking for Shope. Not in. Frizzell gets the goal. Big spike, trying to fire up the team.
An enormous hold for Carleton. They needed that badly, going upwind. And for the first time, they're able to get the disc back. We talked about it all weekend. The hallmark of a good offense is, of course, being good at offense. But it's more important, you're gonna have turnovers. Here's one of them. but you have to be able to get the disc back. And here they're able to. Good pressure, disc on the sideline.
And up to this point, Middlebury not having a turnover here, Charlie. That's a crazy stat with the scoreline being 4-2. We've already played 6 points, and that was their first turnover.
It's just been a little bit too easy in terms of the defense that Carleton is playing against them. I think they're hoping that forcing more passes will lead to some unforced errors, which I understand. The wind is picking up a little bit, but by the same token, putting pressure on them to complete any pass, which is the approach that Middlebury's taking, that's where you get the short field turnovers. It's a different risk-reward profile, but right now, down 3 breaks, Carleton needs to take some risks.
Shope remains out there, but we got Max Resnick and Jonah Tannen crossing over from the offensive line. Tomo Perry gets the block, but there's actually a foul, and he's going to no contest it.
Tomo Perry everywhere. My goodness. Back shoulder bid there.
LDB is going deep, really churning yards here. As the disc now in the hands of Oscar DeSwan Aarons. Aiden Herrick, second-year player out on this O-line, finding Mans. Hartle's around throw. Can LDB stay in bounds? Great effort, but he is out. So first break opportunity of the game for Chop. They're going to be going downwind. And they have Tannen and Resnick out there. Resnick fumbles the catch on the low throw. Hartle's throw is denied by Tomo Perry, but caught on the second effort by LDB. What a turn of events.
Tomo Perry funneling the same throw that was a turnover before, this time able to make a huge play on it. The observer actually didn't even see the disc go into the end zone. It popped up over the observer's head, just trailing the play. I mean, look at this. The first turn, again, putting somebody towards a huge bid there too. And the unfortunate drop from Resnick. But then look at this play. This is as wild a play as you'll see. Great block. I mean, everybody missed it. Camera ops were watching the D get finished. The observer watching the block. Only one person not watching the block. And that was the only person that mattered. Clean up the trash.
That's got to be so demoralizing for a top defender like Tomo Perry. You get the block, but of course it pops into the end zone.
And that's the second one. He had the huge hand block on that same spot on the field that goes for a goal also in a deflection.
Resnick back on the field, playing offense. Resetting it to Chris Epley. Di Lorenzo was almost there, but Kagi keeps hold of the disc. Resnick slashing across. This is a jump ball. Jonah Barrere is the one with it. The pick is called here. And Barrere gets denied at the point of attack by a Liam Reynolds left foot block. Going the other way, looking for Vince Sullivan. Big play from Jonah Tannen. And he has a disc now. This is back and forth here in the final. You expect nothing less.
We're starting to see these Carleton cutters wake up a little bit. Starting to cut with more intensity. Throws just keep popping up in every direction, both these teams.
Ben Yam about to throw that one, but he was stripped of the disc by Andrew Ye. And the Carleton coaches told us before the game that which team could adjust so the weather would be successful. Right now, it's clearly the Middlebury side that has taken advantage of the weather.
We've talked about it a bunch, and we're starting now to hear raindrops on the top of our booth.
Flip pass from Gavin Rice. 6-2 scoreline. Aiden DiLorenzo gets the score.
Bookends for another Middlebury break. A lot of dazed looks on the Carleton sideline right now. At first, again, we struggled to get aggressive cuts from their offensive line, facing the pressure and the wind. Unsure where the space that's best to attack was, led to some short field turnovers. Now they're starting to get open and the throws are popping up. They just need to get well. Incredible foot block there. Not too high. And just a nice little pop over from Rice.
Going downwind, right? That's the key throw there, going downwind.
Keep it high, going downwind, let it coast. Of course, going upwind, ideally, for the most part, you'd like to keep it low.
Disc rolls just past midfield here. Kagi with the disc. Finding Tannen. The lightning warning has gone off and play is now halted. You can see the observers going on the field. And there is a lightning delay, folks, so we thought there might be a chance of this. And now that has come to pass as the players have to clear the field. Fans as well for safety.
Okay, so we're going to restart. It was as it was received. Yep.
Nobody in possession.
We're coming in with
stalling
solid.
So for those keeping track at home, there will be at least an hour delay here for lightning.
Yeah.
So lightning delay here in the Division III men's final in Waukegan, Illinois. Currently Middlebury up 6-2. We'll be back later on. There is a delay for lightning.
The best of College Ultimate is here, but this summer the game goes global. From the rising stars of World Junior Ultimate Championships to the seasoned battles of the World Masters Ultimate Club Championships to the biggest stage in Club Ultimate, the World Ultimate Club Championships. Watch the best of the best represent their countries, their clubs, and the future of the sport. Watch it all unfold live exclusively on Ultiworld.
Welcome back to first half action at the 2026 Division III College Championships. It's the men's final. Number 1 seed Middlebury Pranksters up 6-2 on the 2 seed Carleton Chop. Theo Wan here with Charlie Hoppus, and this 1 hour, 44-minute delay. Which team gets the advantage from that?
I mean, it has to be Carleton if there's one team, right? Middlebury absolutely rolling, all the momentum in the world. I think getting a chance to totally reset can only help Carleton.
Middlebury side in the white jerseys, that long reset like I mentioned, it's gonna affect both sides, and certainly the weather also taking a different turn. Not as much wind. When we take a look at these weather, before the weather delay highlights, wind was certainly a factor.
Absolutely. I mean, excellent defense from Middlebury. We saw 2 different approaches in terms of how to force turnovers. Carleton trying to make Middlebury complete a number of passes in a row. They were able to do it. The small window a little bit tougher for Carleton to get through the Middlebury defense. You see, even when they've gotten blocks, they've been able to make plays on it. There we see the hand block turned goal.
Reynolds getting one of the breaks there for Middlebury, and it's been a lot of pranksters right now. And Melamed being a key facilitator as well.
And Tomo Perry, 2 blocks turned goals. I mean, check this out. This is one of them. Disc floats up and stays in. Nobody sees the receiver coming. And yet another break. 4 breaks so far in the first half for Middlebury, but a reprieve. And the fact that the wind has died down really is going to make a big difference for Carleton Chop. They didn't feel like they could attack all the spaces because of the tight windows. Everybody knew where the open space was. They felt like they couldn't hit the dead space. And so they weren't assertive cutting. That's a hallmark of their game. Now the flag absolutely still on the flagpole. Could be a big momentum swing, but also big in terms of tactically and how these teams play it.
Fans have arrived, made their way back onto the showcase field to provide a great atmosphere for these players. Carleton Chop on offense right now, and they actually have the disc. Jonah Tannen looked like he's gonna tap the disc in, being marked by
All right, let's get it moving.
AJ Pezza.
Defense will start us.
We're close enough. Let's go.
And I stand corrected, it's gonna be Kagi walking up to the disc now. And we're back in action here in the men's final. Thank you for coming back, sticking with us through that lengthy delay. We do appreciate it. Max Resnick going around looking for Garcia, who has to go to his knees to make that grab.
You see already just how much more aggressive and confident these Carleton cutters are.
Garcia finding Resnick, 6-3.
I mean, that looks like a totally different team that we saw from the first 8 points of this game. A little bit of a break to reset mentally, right? And all the energy was going Middlebury's way, and then again, the weather playing a factor into the way that physically on the field Carleton was playing. Here, they look comfortable, they look confident for the first time. You know, we're near Chicago. In 2016, the Chicago Cubs almost blew a Game 7 lead, and then the famous rain delay. They break the curse coming out of that rain delay. Big speech from Jason Hayward. Wonder who gave the big speech for Chop.
I like the baseball reference. I do appreciate that.
I mean, Resnick has been everywhere all tournament, and then a very quiet, he was only just getting established before the weather delay. He will be enormous if there's going to be a comeback.
And reflecting on his first part of the first half, he wasn't his main self that we saw in the live stream yesterday in the semifinal. We really want to see Max Resnick take it to the next level.
He's been a star all tournament long. He needs to be a star now.
This Middlebury Olin has a lot of time to think about things, as the disc now in the hands of number 81, Gare Hartle. Hartle looking for the backhand, looking for LDB, and it's too far for the star.
Only the second break attempt for Carleton here. Hartle's such a firm part about what gets this offense started. There's all these elite initiators, great finishers, but Hartle gets things started, gets them into positions to succeed. Here he overshoots a wide open LDB.
It's going to be fascinating to see how these players adjust to having to stop and then start again. The warm-up time wasn't that long, about 30 minutes, right, Charlie? So not a lot of time for these players to get acclimated. And Hartle will make amends with the block. Mans, marked by Collins. Saw Theo Holdsworth slip up there, trying to throw that one. LDB pointing to the corner, but it'll be a reset to Mans. Hartle Finding mans once again as they're working into this red zone space. Being quite patient. And they'll get the hold. Oscar DeSwan Aaron's second goal of the game.
We see a ton of isolation for Carleton in their break attempt. The Cutters unable to shake free. Never quite looked at the reset long enough to give them a chance to reverse the field. And a late stall throw into the poach on the bailout. And then just very patient offense. Just simple dump swing. Easy clap catch for the goal. I will say another gigantic bid from Tomo Perry. It's such an offensive sport that so often we focus on the offensive players and the way that they shape the game. It's been incredible in both the semis and now in the finals, the way Tomo Perez makes you feel as a spectator, as a player, where he is at all times. You are looking for him.
Looks like he's going to be due for a clean block at some point. You saw that batted disc in that replay package. He has 8 blocks in the tournament so far. He's due to maybe get to 10 by the end of this game.
This poor guy had 2 that turned into goals. Brutal.
Kagi looks off Horseman Olsen. We'll eventually find number 10 now at the center of the field. Right in front of their end zone. Now Jonah Barrere. Resnick drawing the Melamed matchup. We were told before the game that was going to be the plan from the Middlebury side. Tannen. Kagi, I believe, got stepped on. He's upset downfield. Inside to Resnick, who has to slide down to keep possession of the ball. Resnick, visionary throw. Kagi cannot make the snag. A lot of traffic in that area.
It's just they're not in flow. They're trying to get started again and again and again. It's so hard to play offense when you have to start from scratch every second or third throw. They need to hit open hands.
Savage finding Chen. No O-line crossovers on this point as the disc rests in the hands of Sullivan.
And with the much stiller conditions, that makes a lot of sense, and the big lead, it makes a lot of sense to me. They trust these players to move the disc and move it well.
See players slipping a little bit on the field with the conditions. Resnick getting involved.
Well, that's a star play. That's a huge block to get the disc back.
We said that we needed more from Battle Max, as he's known in the back of his jersey. Big around, Resnick, sure with 2 hands. Fakes the backhand, almost slipped there in doing so. Turning yards is Barrere. Inside, finds Epley. Waiting for the signal. And the observer signifying it's a goal, and that's a hold for Carleton.
A really nervy hold. And I think a lot of that's self-inflicted. We saw on the break attempt, no real look at the reset when the stall got high. Here in this red zone, no real look at the reset. The turnover early in the point, forced into a small window without ever looking at the reset. In all those cases, the reset was at least in good position. In some cases, just wide open, and they're trying to force things. It is just so hard to play Ultimate when you're always, what a block, my goodness.
Resnick made amends for that throw.
Huge play, but it's just so hard. The windows are so small with a team that's defense is as good as the Pranksters are. You have to move the disc, you have to generate flow, you have to force the defense to be out of position. Starting from scratch, so hard to do.
Resnick and Tannen, they're one of their main crossovers that will go from O to D. See Danny Shope out there as well. Nick McGloshin, Collins out there, and of course Perry.
You got to wonder how big that block will loom. Resnick getting the disc back, punching in a hold. They needed it badly. Middlebury receiving for half here.
Mans has LDB coming underneath. Looking cross field. And a great grab from Oscar DeSwan. Aarons outweights his defender and Danny Shope. And the Pranksters will take half.
Great positioning to seal out the defender. Forces it over both of their heads and then catches the disc sort of on its way by. Thumb on top. The coordination it takes to make this kind of catch.
Danny Shope can't get there. DeSwan Aarons does. And that results in an 8-4 halftime lead for the Pranksters.
I'm here at the Triangle Ultimate Middle School Championships, where over 30 middle school teams are showing us exactly what the future of our sport looks like. Local, accessible, youth ultimate. At the Ultimate Foundation, we envision a world where everyone has the opportunity to experience ultimate as a sport that inspires integrity, relationships, and belonging. Founded in 2014, we are the philanthropic arm of USA Ultimate. Our funding priorities are focused on fostering access, growing youth ultimate, investing in local communities, and supporting the Girls Ultimate Movement and the Del Rico Johnson Fund. Our mission is to fuel a future for ultimate that is accessible to all backgrounds and identities by supporting USA Ultimate programs, partners, and communities. Let's stop sitting on the sidelines. Let's make the ultimate difference for the next generation.
Here in the men's final of the 2026 Division III College Championships, Carleton chopped down 4-8 right now. Looking to answer here in the second half as we're joined by their head coach, Matt Forster. Matt, thank you for taking the time to be with us here. Talk a bit about the weather delay and how that affected your team, both either positively or negatively there.
Well, I don't know if you know the history of chopping it before. It was GOP, Gods of Plastic, and so some of our alums were talking about how Thor, the god of lightning and thunder, brought it to give us a break. So we're really excited about it. It's going to bring us up second half.
Wow, I'm fired up about that. I love that. That's a good thing to talk about during the delay. What on-field tactics do you hope to change? Certainly really small windows generated by the Middlebury defense to start off.
Well, I think we need offensively, we need to play with a little more confidence. Certainly they came out with a bunch of intensity. They certainly have a bunch of experience there, and I think that we just need to match that and understand that the windows are tighter. Defensively, I think we're going to play a little bit more junk in the second half, try and see if we can get them into the throws like they made in the second half. Hey, to end that first half, if they make that catch, hey, it's their game if they're going to make those. That's kind of the throw we want.
Yeah, speaking of that catch, talk about the impact of Tomo Perry on this defense. He's been an absolute rock star for you on that side of the disc.
Well, I think the thing to talk about there is the fact that it takes 7 to play D, right? And so all 6 other guys are putting themselves in the position so Tomo can make a play. Tomo's certainly very athletic, plays very good in space. We love him there. But it takes the 6 other guys to shut down everybody else, get into a stall count of 6, 7, 8. They're going to put something up. Hey, we think we like our matchup when Tomo's involved.
Sounds good. Thank you, Coach. We'll let you get back to your team here, and good luck in the second half.
Thanks. Peace, love, chop.
Peace, love, chop there as we take a look at the game stats. Middlebury up 8-4, and you see the break chances. There were 2 of them here, Charlie, for Carleton, but they came up empty.
Again, really struggling early on to move the disc. Good job by Middlebury. And again, I can't emphasize how critical that Max Resnick block was to try to get the hold back for Carleton. 4-point game, certainly tough. 5-point game's worse by a point.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
The sideline could be saying right
now.
now.
And the energy here is quite good from both teams, but for Chop, certainly belying the energy that we went into the rain delay with.
LDB, 3 assists, a goal, a block, and we mentioned his impact already. We saw that yesterday in the semifinal, making the big sky over a very tall Jake Larson as well. Joined right now by one of the players for Middlebury, Sam Pastrish. Sam, thank you for joining us. 8-4 lead. What's been the key for your team to generate this advantage?
It's been the energy. We've had energy all day. Like from the warm-up, we've all been together, listening to music, getting hype, and that's really that's really been the key for us. Yeah.
What was the discussion like during that weather delay as well with your team?
It was all about bringing the intensity back to playing field. We came out with a lot of intensity, a lot of energy, a lot of momentum, and we just got to keep that going. Yeah.
Looking to keep that going the second half. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you for joining us here, Sam.
Thank you.
Taking a look here, we have the Donovan ceremony about to take place on the women's side. Finalists will be acknowledged, and then the winner will be announced. The top player as voted by the players in the division. D3 Women's Player of the Year. That's going to be the Donovan Award. That's going to be right now.
All right. I've got light receiving.
Hey, are they doing the Donovan? Black bag.
Because we've got a minute left in this half time. Are they doing it?
Joey, get in there now. Demand answers.
All right, folks, if you're good. Once again, we're going to take the time to announce the winner of the 2026 Donovan Award in the women's division. The Donovan Award is a peer-voted award for the Division III player that best demonstrates an exceptional level of skill and athleticism on the field and also upholds the principles of spirit of the game, equity, and fairness, both on their team and in the greater Ultimate community. First, let's meet the 5 finalists in the women's division this year. From Wesley and Vicious Cycles, it's number 17 and captain Maggie Brown. From Whitman Sweets, it's number 27 and captain Gabby Campbell. From McAllister Purse Snatchers, it's number 28, Claire Lee. From Haverford Bryn Mawr Sneetches, it's number 23 and captain Sonia Nicholson. And from Mount Holyoke Daisy Chain, it's number 19 and captain Eliza Williams-Derry. And the winner of the 2026 Donovan Award. Who are we missing? Sorry, Eliza. Didn't mean to cut your award. Come on out here. Don't be shy. I can riff if you want. Hey, all right. It looks like we got everybody. Thanks, Eliza. All right, your 2026 Donovan Award winner in the women's division, from Wesley and Vicious Circles, it's Maggie Brown. A big congratulations to all of our finalists, of course. They all deserve a big hand. Even the ones who aren't named Maggie Brown. But yes, a special big round of applause for your 2026 Donovan Award winner in the women's division, Maggie Brown.
Congratulations to Maggie Brown from Wesleyan winning the Donovan Award. Congratulations, teammates surrounding, full of excitement there. Champions last year was Wesleyan. As we take a look back here now in the men's final, the first half highlights. Of course, that big delay, that might have helped Carleton a little bit. They got to continue to fight back here, down 4.
Absolutely. I mean, we see again the huge blocks by Perry that turn into goals for Middlebury. But Middlebury, in addition to being lucky, just being very, very good in the first half. Good, clean execution across the board. Huge block by Resnick, so important to get the hold there. And then just an absolutely excellent read. Takes us to half.
Take a look at the scenes here in the men's final. Old school vibes. I always say it there, Charlie, but I like no bleachers, just everyone crowding the sidelines out here.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. You can feel the heckles, the cheers. It's you're right on top of the action. It's how it used to be, folks. Pre-stadium days.
And what's at stake is the winner of this game will be the first D3 men's team to have won 3 titles in their program history. That's what's at stake in this final right now. As the Pranksters out on offense. Mans has JPK coming underneath. Now it's over to DeVille Baldwin. DeSwan Aarons can't bring in that high throw. It's a break chance for Chop out of half. Resnick, he's out on this defensive point. Collins was open, but Mans made up the ground. Ben Garcia now. Marked by the very long Gare Hartle. Collins has Resnick going deep into the end zone, and it's a break for Chop out of half.
We got a game now. Open pass after open pass from Middlebury, and then one just pops up a little bit behind and over the receiver's head. And Carleton with a herky-jerky conversion. They needed that so badly. They got broken to start the game. They get that break back here. Very station-to-station offense. And I mean, just a really nice shot from Collins. The lefty dropping it in to Resnick. A little flick blade. Their first break of the game.
Collins, the one who threw the game-winning assist in their quarterfinal victory over Claremont, 15-10. He's going to remain on the field. So is Danny Shope. And I'm going to see if Resnick is out there and Jonah Tannen. So those O-line crossovers. Garcia's played a lot of minutes. Number 18, number 7 on the line right now. Tomo Perry also out there. And Nick McLaughlin's getting a lot of D minutes as well.
You've got somewhere between, you're hoping, 17-ish points left in your whole season. No games played earlier today. We're going to see a lot of crossovers from both teams, but especially Carleton as they look to come back.
Swan Aarons sure with that one. They came out in a vertical stack set this time around. So their split stack, which was from a point and go. Herrick. Cutler was open for a while, now gets a reset to Mans. Hartle with time and space. As Garcia looks to close the gap with the mark. Good tight defense from Collins. Made Hartle rethink the reset. And Collins gonna knock the disc, and he's not gonna contest that one. At first his face was saying, I might contest this, but then he realized no. Great handler D from Collins, locking things down, at least temporarily, this around, finding LDB. Being sure with it. Hartle. Throws the assist, finding Herrick. Clean hold, good answer from Middlebury.
An excellent red zone stand from Chop. And you want to see that kind of pressure on the playing field proper. Middlebury works the disc down the field with relative ease. Both of the last two possessions at a half. Open unders to the foreside for the most part. And then you see what they're capable of when they lock down the space. Multiple high stalls, multiple small windows. It took a lot of patience and then eventually movement for someone to finally spring free. That's great defense. I want to see that all over the place.
Herrick with a little fake spike there, the second-year player out of Lexington, Massachusetts, scoring that one.
And you see the difference between these two teams. Right now, both of them, the commonality is that on offense, they're hunting for great. They're patient in that they're looking for the exact right moment, the exact perfect throw that'll lead to initiation, get things going. For Middlebury, that's been success. For Carleton so far, it's been a lot of small windows.
Heat starting to rise in this final as the sun makes an appearance. That might play an effect on the players as well, as we saw on the first day of competition, the last round, legs really getting tired. This throw gonna pop. Resnick, two hands over Melamed. But Reynolds gets the left hand and the block. Chance to double up right now for the Pranksters. Melamed looking into the end zone. Great connection of Vince Sullivan. It's 10-5.
Liam Reynolds fired up. Fantastic block. Baits it the whole way, has the inside track. Just a really nice setup. He knows that the shape of the throw is going to have to be the way that it was because there's defenders and the reset in the way. They can't lead him by too much. And so the throw's a little short, just inside track for Reynolds, and then takes off for the house. And eventually, Sullivan breaking free, another break. How will Carleton respond?
Middlebury, they were in the final. Reynolds, part of that group. They were in the final last year when they lost in a heartbreaking Universe Point when Rolando Impis Huck to Max Zwerin. That's what sent Bacchus their first national title. It's a 1-point difference. That's how close the margins were. And Middlebury came in. I think that final really dragged a lot of fire into this team this season.
It's always really tough to be on the wrong end of an instant classic. The one that people are going to be talking about, the one that you're going to be dreaming about for months and years to come. And if you got another year, in college you don't always, but if you have another year, getting another crack at it, another shot at it, something you've been thinking about for 12 straight months. As you're running hills, as you're in the weight room, windy practices with terrible weather.
It eats at you.
It's fuel. It's fuel if you let it be fuel.
Right now, a zone look from a more secondary D option from the Pranksters. Saw them do this after a break earlier as well, and Resnick trying to keep it in bounds, unable to do so.
A little bit emblematic there. An open up line, chose to throw to the end zone. Resnick a little wide.
Soren Traina now getting one of his first touches. Stall count rising. Looking for the reset, but too far. Short field turnover. Kagi Trying to direct traffic. Will hit Adam Ali. Big hold. Wasted opportunity there. Missed opportunity, I should say, for Middlebury.
I mean, it's lockdown defense from Chop. We haven't really seen that all game. We saw handler sags when the disc was in the middle of the field. Once it got to a sideline, locked down on the resets, nowhere really to go with the disc, and it forces a short field turnover. It's the sort of pressure we've been hoping to see from them all game long, and it immediately pays off. I mean, they needed that hold. A little bit of big eyes for the end zone there. A great target, certainly, but a little wide. And then again, the lockdown reset. Good mark. I mean, Tannen with an excellent mark there. Forcing that disc wide with the tight handler reset, taking away the upfield space.
This Carleton Chop team, they were the class of the region. 3-0 against McAllister Flat Earth, as well as 2-0 over the St. Olaf Berserkers. Want to see Kagi get a few more assists on that tally there. I think for them to continue to be successful, he's going to have to get more involved.
Yeah, a little bit of a quiet start for
JPK looking for Mans, but coming in is Danny Shope for the block. Danny Shope making a play. Could this ignite the team? I like that he chose to holster the huck up. Your adrenaline's flowing right now, so he's gonna take a breath. And good pressure from LDB. Don't believe there's gonna be a foul called. So once again, this is gonna be a short field turnover. We saw that earlier for the Middlebury D-line offense, and we're seeing it now for the Carleton D-line offense. Around to Mans. Mans hunting for LDB. That was an open side throw.
pretty uncharacteristic there. Another throw just wide of the end zone.
Frizzell just boosting this one. Mans will get the block with his offhand.
He got round two on Shope there.
Back and forth we go. DeSwan Aarons, big grab for the goal, taking on two defenders. It's no match for number 14.
I mean, DeSwan Aarons looked like he was boxing out for a rebound. This just hanging, great positioning. Interesting how clean the game has been in terms of the deep shots, and then in this point, trading shots. We get to see Shope get the better of Peter Mans here. Really excellent sky. Just over him. Then Mans gets it back on the other end, and then DeSwan Aarons. Too big.
DeSwan Aarons has been a revelation for this team. Last year's Ultiworld Breakout Player of the Year. In 2024, listed on the Middlebury B roster, and last year he was on their O-line, played a lot two ways. Played Club Ultimate this past summer with Blueprint out of New York. Kagi, lots of space to work with. Cutter's very deep right now for Chop, and he needs options. And almost getting there was Vince Sullivan. Melamed gonna get credited perhaps with the block there. Made sure it went to ground.
Early, if they punch in this break, I'd love to see
Di Lorenzo finds Savage.
a couple ports before the turnover.
To Gavin Rice. And it's 12-6.
A few passes before the turnover.
Suffocating defense right now from the Pranksters. Momentum clearly on their side. We were curious to see if the weather was going to affect, especially the delay, but clearly not. 2 breaks this half for Middlebury.
Timeout taken from Carleton. It's a really tough situation. Carleton, you mentioned the cutters being so disconnected, but there are passes that are open They missed them early on, and then now he's looking for options, right? A really small window there, a really small window here that's closed. Early on in that possession, you have options you can hit, and when you don't hit them, the cutters that are expecting there to be continuation, they're out of position. They're not ready to cut for initiation again. They're expecting that first pass to go off. And then the windows become very small because the huck window's not viable with how far away all the cutters are.
We know the Pranksters have a large alumni presence, certainly some making the trip here, ushering on their squad as they're 3 points away from what would be their third national title in program history.
Outstanding defense from Middlebury. They're just consistently on defense again and again, forcing Carleton to make a choice between microscopic windows or windows that are super far away or super hard to reach on the other side of the field. And those are bad options if you're the offense. They've been nothing short of excellent beginning to end. They're the story of this game. There's been some crossover, certainly. They've had some O-line stars playing there, but they've gotten breaks with their regular D-line multiple times. Certainly gotten turns from that group. D-line so often the unsung heroes, not in this game.
All the same pieces on the field like Savage and Rice, just connected for the goal. Reynolds, who got a big block earlier, also out there, number 47 in white. Similar O-line group for Chop. Barrere almost got it on the second effort, but Reynolds providing that defensive coverage. Savage resending it to Reynolds. And over to Ben Yam. Melamed going cross field, couple players closing, no matter. John Savage brings in the goal. Melamed a little sheepish after that throw, but it's gonna be assist either way.
Oh, they're feeling it now. Middlebury's reset defense. Yam, Savage sagging off in the lanes, closing off downfield options. It just feels like there's nowhere to go with the disc. And then Savage gets rewarded as a part of that two-person handler defense core with a little bit of a blade here. First we see the turnover, and then why not? A little heat check. Savage is loving it.
Why wouldn't you be with the scoreline the way it is? Complete performance from the D-line here.
Carleton, it's going to be challenging for them to come back. Let's speak of the way it is. It would be historic for them to come back. But they have a lot to be proud of this season, and they have a lot to look forward to moving forward. A lot of underclassmen on this team playing critical roles. You have to feel like they might get another bite at the apple next year, the way that Middlebury did this year.
Rizal hitting Resnick on a nice flick across the field. Remember, two of their big-time players, Dash Brenner and Nathan Wong, out for the season due to injury, out for the series. Other players having to step up, like Frizzell, who just threw the assist, finding Tomo Perry.
The blade breaks open the possession, and that's what we're talking about. Middlebury has forced windows that are small or far away. This time, they hit it, and then once it's jailbreak after that, little bobble on the give and go. And then nice initiation. Perry pops free. But that's what it needed to have taken this whole game, is a big throw or a big cut. And then you're past it. Again, hats off to the Middlebury defense. Looking for the hold here to take us to game point.
Frizzell will remain on the field. or this chop defense. Same thing with Tomo Perry. If you want to get some blocks, you have to look to number 3. I appreciate their coach's answer as well, Matt Forster, at the halftime interview, talking about how the rest of the team gives Perry places to make plays. They got to do their job on their defensive end of the disc as well.
That's absolutely right. You need to shut people down if you're going to have somebody baiting blocks. That window's going to look like the most enticing one, and then Tomo Perry's flying through. It takes a whole team.
Classic split stack play here as Hardo out in motion past midfield now.
Gorgeous spacing for the Middlebury offense.
And a very unselfish offense as well, as there's a pick called. You can see players looking for others to make plays and not just trying to take the space for their own.
And that's what happens when you trust everyone, and why wouldn't you on a line like this? Everybody is so excellent. We haven't been able to really watch them play much this whole game because their defense has been so dominant and excellent. But you see how in the closer game against Elon in the semis, that was the story. The cleanliness of that O-line.
Swan Aaron's going around, finding Ned Cutler.
And that's been the approach all game. From one sideline to the other, and by the time it gets there, ball moving faster than the players. It's a clap catch goal with no defender in sight. It's the 4th or 5th one we've seen from Middlebury. Now they have a chance to break to win.
1 point away from a title. I just want to recap what they've been through the last few seasons. 2021, lost in the final, Oklahoma Christian 15-12. Lost in the semis in 2022. In the final in 2023, fell 15-11. And then last year on Universe, lost 15-14. Is that in the back of their minds right now on this last point, or potentially last point?
These seniors have been in, this is now their 3rd national championship final, and they're 0-2. I don't know what it would take for that to not be some small part of what you're thinking about here, even with the giant lead, or even perhaps because of the giant lead. You're thinking about all the time that you've spent with your teammates. Again, silly to harp on, but it's so true. College is so finite. Every year the team is different. You're thinking of teammates past and present in the moment like this.
LDB has crossed over. Same thing with Hartle. And Mans, who gets the catch block. Mans finding DiLorenzo. In the red zone now, hunting for that title. LDB fires it to Melamed, and the Middlebury Pranksters back on the top of the mountain. Your D3 men's national champions.
Who's laughing now? The Pranksters. A title at long last. Elusive for this group. Since 2019. You see the emotion flow. What a moment. One more block for Mans. Another tight window, and then again, another clinical, wide open, no defender in sight conversion for the break. They won the way they played that entire game and the entire tournament.
The closest a team got was Elon, as we mentioned during the broadcast. That was a 3-point win. Otherwise, it was clinical. 15-6, 15-7, 15-10 in pool play. The quarters went over Williams 15-9, and then here, an absolute clinical performance, 15-7 in the final over a previously undefeated Chop squad. Just a remarkable showing. Just so many top players littered on this Middlebury squad. A lot of club experience. LDB playing with Slow, Peter Mans, Sub-Zero. some players playing on Blueprint and Sprout. Just a lot of talent littered across this roster, and that leads to the result that we got as we take a look at the game stats here.
Considering all the O points that Carleton had to play, I mean, just look at the break percentage. 8 for 12. The D-line, the story after the O-line brought them to the final. The D-line brings it home, delivers them a championship.
Championship scenes here as the players running through the tunnel. Parents, supporters out here cheering on this squad, and we're joined by their star player, Louis DeVille-Baudouin. LDB, thank you for being here, and you're a national champion. Put
Yes,
that into
indeed.
words, what that means to you.
Oh my gosh, it really means everything. I think that like after last year coming so close, after these 4 years being at Middlebury and playing with my best friends, like this has been a team of champions for 4 years, and they're champions in the way that they show up and work on the field. They show up at practice, they work so hard, but they're champions in the way that they're friends to each other, and now they look out for each other. This is a family, and so this is a long time coming. We had bumps in our journey, but we were inevitable.
That's so beautiful, and I think considering all of that emotion, how do you both set aside that emotion and also channel it to be as clean and clear and executing a game plan as you were today?
Oh my gosh, well I gotta shout out the defense for the execution. I was throwing up some meatballs at times, but our defense, they had our backs. We knew we had so much faith in them from the first moment. We talked all year about the standard, and that standard is the effort we put on defense. We knew we had the skills, we had the fitness. It's about making the decision to be great. We made that decision today.
And for these seniors, what legacy do you feel like this group is leaving on this program?
Oh, I like that. I think we've shown all year long that like being on a college team is something special, because you are together all the time, and it's really about love. And you know, this is just the culmination of so much love for this team, and I can see it in our leaders for next year that they've taken hold of that. The future of the program is so bright.
Last question here, LDB, we'll let you get to your team. I know there's a lot of supporters out here, but for those watching at home, what do you got to say to them?
Oh man, I've been thinking all year about how we got close last year, and it haunted me all year how much joy we could bring to people to win it this year. And you can see that joy on the sideline. You can see it in the face of my teammates. All the people rooting for me at home, I'm sure I made them happy today. And so if people could care about someone as much as the Pranksters care about each other, I think we'd be in a good spot. And it's been such a pleasure to play with the Pranksters.
It's been a pleasure to hear from you and watch you play, LDB, so thank you, and we'll let you join your teammates and celebrate.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
The Pranksters, they're on top of the D3 men's world. They have the most titles. They have 3 now. Top of the mountain, they've climbed it. The adversity faced throughout these last few years, as LDB mentioned, and now they will leave as champions from Waukegan, Illinois. Charlie, put a bow on this one.
LDB put a bow on it for us. College Ultimate, it just is different. It's special in a way that is impossible to replicate. What an incredible moment for this group of players to bring it home in an absolute dominating fashion, exercising ghosts of the last several years. An incredible performance.
Malamet catching the final goal as they'll ride off into the sunset as champions.